Hello and welcome to another episode of Data Cleaning Hacks brought to you by the Learning Trust as part of the Mail Series training offer. Today we discuss another data cleaning hack that relates to data structure, which is data validation function. Excel's data validation function enables you to restrict the data type and format that can be input into a range of cells. This function is particularly helpful or beneficial when you want to ensure that the data that is entered in a cell meet a specific criteria or falls within a given range of values. The data validation function can come in handy where you want to be upfront about the data type you want or you expect in a specific field. This ultimately helps you prevent errors and inconsistencies in your data and improve the accuracy and reliability of your work. The validation function is especially handy where one has an idea of the range of values that can be captured for each data entry. For example, where learners are asked to identify the province of origin, we are probably aware that for all the learners that will be captured, they come from at least four provinces. So because we know that learners are coming from these four provinces, instead of asking capturers to input every other time the specific province a learner comes from, we would rather ask that they select from a list that we can provide within the template or within Excel, right? So to configure Excel data validation steps, right, we go to the data ribbon, and then from there we go to the data validation function and we click data validation, and then this will take us to a pop-out menu where we can now put in our settings, right? So we want to create a list, and I want you to notice that you can set validation rules for every other type of data, whether you want to create a list or you want to validate a data in date format. But because we want to create a list, I'll pick list, and then I will now input the provinces that at least each learner can identify with. The first province will of course be Gauteng, and then I enter Gauteng. The next province is KwaZulu-Natal. I'll enter KwaZulu-Natal. The third province can be Limpopo, and then the last province is Western Cape. And I want you to notice how for each item on the list, I am putting in a space. My Excel is just misbehaving a bit, but it's all fine. Um, we should be okay. And then once we have inputted all the expected range of values that can be inputted, then we click OK. Once we have clicked OK, you realize that we now have a drop-down menu where you can select where each learner is coming from, right? And if you continue further down, supposing we have new learners, we will not need now to input manually. Of course, we can still do that, but to avoid errors in spellings and all that, we can always rely on a list that is pre written, and you can select from that. Of course, you can go back to your validation settings and see what type of messaging you would want to reflect. Say, for example, someone enters a province that is not expected. You can also put an error alert message where you can define whether you want to stop capturers from capturing incorrect or unexpected data, or a warning or some information. It's entirely up to you. Of course, by utilizing data validation, you can avoid misspellings and other problems that can arise from your data and ensure that it is accurate. Here we go, folks. With your data collection template having been validated, you can now collect data accurately and avoid those embarrassing and often time-consuming errors in your data. You are now one more step closer to analyzing your data and generate meaningful insights from it. See you in the next hack video. Goodbye.